Hello, it's Stuart, the Unrepentant Atheist. I've just watched The Line broadcast yesterday, which is the, let me see, the 19th of April. And it's the first video, I think, that Jimmy Snow's put up since his Line channel was hacked, and it's been offline for, I don't know, 24 hours plus, which isn't too bad considering the extent of what actually happened. But so just purpose of this video is, first of all, obviously to notify you of that. If you don't know already, you probably do, because a lot of you will have The Line in your stream. And secondly, just to go over Jimmy's explanation. And his explanation is that it seems that it was an email attachment that was opened, and something which cloned the browser, took control of all the sessions and all the passwords and everything. And I found it slightly kind of blame, trying to avoid responsibility and blame for what happened, because on the one hand he's saying that he wants to dispel some rumors about what actually happened. No, it wasn't because we set a sloppy password. No, it wasn't an attack. No, we weren't to blame at all. Okay, well, fair enough. What happened? Well, it could happen to anybody. It could be a PDF that comes in which has got a virus on it, and if you happen to open it, it's going to clone your browser. So it's not our fault at all. We weren't clumsy with anything, with any passwords. No, it could happen to anybody. Anybody could open an infected attachment, and that's what happened to us. And if you don't want this to happen to you, make sure that you sign out of all your accounts every day. Be very careful about that, because it could happen to you as well. Well, no. If you're not stupid and you don't open infected attachments, Jimmy, you don't need to sign out of your accounts every day. I happen to find it very convenient not to have to sign out of all my accounts every day and then sign back into them, the following morning every time I finished a session. And that is very convenient. And for people who are not dumb, for people who don't open unsolicited or unknown email attachments, actually that system works very well, and it's worked well with me for years, because I'm very, very cautious when I get attachments sent to me in emails. If it's from something I never heard of, I just delete it straight away. If I have heard of the person that sent me the attachment, I will usually phone them and say, "Hey, John, did you just send me an email with a PDF?" "Oh, yes, Stuart, it's got an interesting atheist article on it." "Yes, I sent it. I sent it at such and such a time. You can read that." And I mean, frankly, even then, I will say, "Well, can you send me a link? I'd rather go and check out the actual source material myself without opening the attachment." I can't remember the last time I opened an attachment on an email, because I understand the kind of havoc that it can create. So it's disingenuous of him to kind of say, "Oh, well, it could happen to anybody." It could only happen to a complete fool and reckless idiot that would open such an attachment. Now, it may well be that Jimmy did not open this attachment. He knows full well, as I do, what can happen. But if he's got people that are working for him who are doing this, then it's still on him. And if somebody's working for me and they open the attachment, screwed up my business for a day or two, they'd be out. They'd be straight out of the door. So if you've got people working for you, you need to inform them. If you open attachments and screw my business up, you won't be working for me anymore. It's part of good management. Okay, well, you might think I'm being a bit hard on him, but I thought it was a bit disingenuous of him to say it could happen to anybody. No, it can only happen to a complete reckless fool. That's my honest opinion on the whole thing. So, in my view, he brought his own business down just through poor management and recklessness. And it's as bad as setting, or it's not as bad actually, it's even worse, because you can set a weak password, say 1 2 3 4 5 6 or whatever. You could do that, and people do it and don't get hacked. But opening unsolicited, unknown attachments, or frankly any attachments really, without doing due diligence, is like shooting yourself in the foot. It's worse than setting a weak password. So take the blame, take the responsibility. It was your own silly fault that this happened to you, and you're lucky very lucky that you managed to get your channel back up and running. I understand you've lost Facebook. Well, that's not something that I would celebrate, but all I can say is let it be a lesson to you, and don't be so reckless in future. So that's all. I hope that something good has come out of this video for you, apart from, you know, me obviously stating the obvious that it's his own silly fault. Not to open and to be very careful with attachments that you get in emails. This is something that I learned 20 odd years ago, and I've never had this hacking experience. So I won't be telling people, you know, be careful. Well, I mean, it's like saying, you know, make sure that you hide all your valuables in your house. If you put locks on all the windows and you've got good security and a burglar alarm, you won't need to be hiding all your valuables in the house and, you know, all that. So just make sure you've got good security and don't do reckless things like leave the door open. Yeah, so just one more thing. Obviously, I got through the whole of what Jimmy had to say eventually. And, well, I hate to say this, but you are being asked to pay for this recklessness. Jimmy wants you to help. He wants you to go out and watch his videos, and don't just click on a video and then move away from it. No, because that's not good enough. Make sure that you actually watch it all the way through, because it will boost his figures and will get him up in the algorithm. So make sure that you spend your whole day, because Jimmy or somebody at his company opened an infected email attachment. You are now going to have to spend your whole day clicking on his videos, watching his content to get him up in the algorithm. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and for only $5 a month on his Patreon, you can become a $5 per month Patreon, and you can help to make up the shortfall in his company that he lost he lost 1 or 2 days revenue on YouTube. So you are going to have to pay the price for his recklessness. It looks to me like the begging bowl is out. Now, now look, you guys know that I don't make my living out of this. So, okay, it's fair enough. I understand that there are YouTubers out there who have not only got channels that are pulling in 1 million views a month, making significant money, but a lot of YouTubers are also out with their begging bowls on this Patreon project stuff. Why you guys are contributing on top of all the money that YouTubers make to people like Alex O'Connor and Jimmy Snow, Matt Dillahunty, others, why you guys are subscribing and paying regular Patreon money when you could be sending that money to charity? I would rather send that money to charity than boost the bank balances of YouTubers who are already making sufficient money, frankly. Absolutely baffles me. I can't understand it at all. I will never put my begging bowl out there. I'll tell you, on my channel, you will never see my begging bowl. I will never ask you for money. Yes, my channel's monetized. You know, I've got some costs which I try to cover, and you can't blame me for monetizing as everybody else does it. But I will never be out there with my begging bowl on Patreon. I will never ask money for anybody. I will never have unrepentant atheist mugs and merchandise that you can buy, t-shirts, etc. But if you guys want to buy into that, that's fine with me. But I personally will never ask for Patreon. I will never sell merchandise or anything like that. All I will do is make content, and nobody will ever have to pay for it. So that's all there is to it. I think it's a bit rich of him, and I mean, I would be embarrassed to go out there with my begging bowl and ask people to click on my links and to share. And the only reason that people are ever going to share my videos and are ever going to click like is because they really do like them, and because I've created quality content that people want to share around. That's the only reason that you could ever expect anybody to like your videos or share your videos. Not to go out there and say, help me to get to 100k subscribers because my channel will be better off. Please go out there and like my videos, share my videos around. Please help me, help me, help me. I don't know, guys. I just think it's so demeaning and so undignified. I will continue to watch The Line mainly because Matt Dillahunty is on it and I enjoy watching him, but apart from that, I'm not really too bothered. However, I do wish Jimmy the best. We've all got our way of doing things, and obviously he's got his way and I've got my way. But one thing I will never do is be reckless with opening attachments, and I understand that he has said that this isn't going to happen again because they're going to set up a PC, which if any attachment comes in, this PC won't be attached to any of his accounts or anything, and they can test the attachment out. There's no need for any of that. There's no need for any of that. All you've got to do is just be vigilant and be careful about where the attachment's coming from. Make sure that you verify it. And it won't happen to you. So, well, that's all for now. I do find the whole thing kind of amusing, but I don't like to see YouTubers out there with their begging bowls. I don't know. I just don't like it because I know they're already making enough money through monetization, and I don't see why you guys, you viewers, should have to not only watch the ads on their videos, but contribute monthly by Patreon, buy merchandise, etc. So that's my view. You're free to disagree with it. I look forward to your comments, and bye for now.